and welcome to my Minecraft sketchbook. You find us, oh dear, you find us trying to create a tractor beam, trying to create tractor beams using a pin. He's really mad. Using it, actually he's fallen through the, oh that's why.
What? What?
He has fallen through the floor. He's bashed through the floor. Yeah, we're trying to. Well, basically, we've got an EnderDragon riding a minecart. That's pretty cool. Maybe that's.
Falcon.
And we're putting Ender crystals, and unfortunately, they are not close enough. Basically, if we put an Ender crystal, I was going to put an Ender crystal just in the front of the Millennium Falcon here, and then maybe have 3 or 4 kind of dragons using this kind of tractor beam effect as it's healing, and then renaming the EnderDragon with tractor beam. And I've been talking to Adrian Brightmore, whose models these are. As you can see, he's giant Death Star and the Carillion Freighter. And
it's not
it's what?
It's not for that.
That's the class of the ship, Django.
Ah.
A Carillion Freighter.
What?
But it's called, what is it called?
The Millennium Falcon. I've got it.
And that's right, the Millennium Falcon, which is
I got it.
It is cool.
Yay.
So this is where we're at. Sort of testing it. It's not really well. It's kind of working pretty well, I think. Except the EnderDragon wasn't in this corridor to start off with. The EnderDragon was up here in this kind of bay, but it's obviously broken through. Maybe because it was looking through. I'm not sure why it was doing that. But maybe we need to tweak EnderDragon. So I've been talking to Dragnos as well. He kind of helped me this morning. He's just really annoyed at me. He's been helping me, and maybe we need to reduce the EnderDragon's ability to detect players. So you'll never get close to him, and also figure a way out of how to kill the EnderDragon as well. That would be cool, and to stop his roaring and flapping, because he's just a flapper. Does not like being pinned down. Look at him, hates it. Trying to squeeze out. But anyway, so this is where I'm at the moment. Let me. I'll do some more work, and I'll show you what happens a bit later on. We'll have to MC edit this a little bit. Some of you will recognise this place, and I don't know whether I'm going to put this at the beginning or the end of the video. But anyway, this is just an update on where the random dungeon is getting on. So I've kind of completed some rooms. So there are some puzzle rooms. This is the kind of Alice in Wonderland puzzle room, and it's got a combination key lock a la Dragnos in the middle. So depending on, and it's not really a kind of it's not going to open a door. It's going to open one of the doors depending on different combinations. So you might put a few more combinations in there. I might put a lever down at the bottom or a lever over here, and if you've put it into a certain combination, then one of these doors will open. So it's about really kind of going through a door. Now there'll be a time limit. If you wait around, you'll get a nasty surprise, because we're going to get a little mob in there to come and annoy you. This map here, this is kind of hardened ice. In this map here, you're going to get an effect which is going to slowly drain health from you because you're freezing to death. So it's a little bit of a puzzle. Again, you're going to have to make quick decisions to run through this place, otherwise you'll die. If you stay in it too long, you'll die. None of the doors, there's a door there. Let me just turn the music off, actually. There we go. This door over here, they're not locked, so it's just about running through. Of course, you won't know that when you first go in there, well, unless you've watched this video. But there you go. This one's quite nice. This is, and I haven't quite finished it yet. So the red bit of the floor is the bits that I'm testing. So if we go, ooh, crikey Moses. If we go down here, we've got a little command block, and what that says, testing for whether you're within a radius of whoops, if we go back up here, I'm going to radius of here. So this is like, these are like spikes. So if you get too close to these spikes, you get instant damage. You know, it's fairly simple because it sets this one off, which does an effect of, you know, does a bit of damage for 1 second. So that's how that works. Let's zoom up. So they're getting on. They're getting on. I'm kind of making the spider one over here. And you have to forge something in here. So the forge, you have to forge something, and I'm going to have a little kind of something to put through here. This one's fairly obvious, yeah. So you know, we're getting on. We're getting on with it. My 5-year-old. Oh, what did he do? This is what he did. So my 5-year-old came along, and I put just a cactus in the middle, and he was like, "No, you need farming and stuff like that." So he kind of built all this kind of farm stuff. And basically what this is because this whole map works in adventure mode, so you can't chop down the cactus. You're going to have to find a shovel, and once you've got the shovel, you can break a little bit of sand and you can get a bit of cactus, and then you're going to have to put a piece of cactus down one of these hoppers, and again, depending on which hopper you can, it'll open a different door. So some of these are quite puzzly, some of these are about leading you down different combinations. Not too sure what I'm going to do for this one. Not too sure. Anyway, quickly on to the next one. Oh, that's eBay. Quickly on to this one. These 4 colours are where I'm testing. So basically, I'm going to be MC editing this section out, creating this as a stack of 4 potentials, and creating a test, an actual random dungeon. And I'll probably create it over there in the distance somewhere. So we're going to have these stack of 4. So what will happen is, because if anybody's ever thought of it yet, but basically you will come through a door. As you come through the first door, that'll be the entrance, so there won't be a problem. You'll be like, wow, this is a dungeon, it's a random dungeon place, fantastic. And let's just put so there will always be 3 doors. You know, you've come through one door, so you've now got 3 choices. You either have a mob in here, or you're going to have something in here, and you can have 3 choices to go through. So, you know, if you go through this door here, if it's a puzzle and you manage to get this door open, as soon as that door opens, okay, it will send a signal down or up, okay, spawning this next room, okay. As soon as it spawns the next room, you know, which will be, you know, could be this room. Okay, so you walk through another room. So basically, and again, you're going to have 3 choices. So, but it could be you come through this side door, or you could come through this bottom door. So that's where I'm at the moment with this map, is to figure out how the mechanics of where you come through. So at some point there's always an edge to this map. So at some point you'll come through. You know, for example, this one, you'll come through and there'll only be 2 choices because we're on an edge, okay, and there won't be a 3rd choice because that'll be the edge of the map. So I've got to kind of work out how big the map will eventually be, and I'm going to do that with these 4 colours. So I'm going to make stacks of these 4 colours, and I'm also going to make a left edge, a top edge, a right edge, and a bottom edge sequence of ones, and I'll stack these up using this set block over here, because this set block will only gets triggered, okay, only gets triggered when you open the door, and only gets triggered once. So as far as lag goes, it shouldn't lag this stuff out at all, because there are no clocks ticking. Okay, the only clocks ticking will be clocks within rooms, and they would be, where's my clock gone? Here it is. And I'm going to spawn them in. Okay, and I'm also thinking about despawning them when you go through a door. So there won't be an accumulation of running clocks anywhere. So this is a clock ticking. Whoops. But all this mechanical stuff underneath actually gets spawned in at when the room gets spawned in. And I'm thinking of clearing that stuff when you go out of the room. Okay, so once you've solved the puzzle, so say you open a door, dumph, dumph, I've opened this door. As soon as you've done that, all the clocks underneath stop. Okay. So there you go. How all this works in game. Oh, that's my thing. How all this works in gameplay, I don't know. I mean, in this room, but it seems simple. You've got to just avoid these spikes. Well, that's great, but I'm going to actually put a kind of really slow, shambling zombie shuffling along. It's going to sort of chase you about. So you've got to run in here. And what I'm thinking is the panic will make people kind of run into spikes and things like that. Oh, ow, ow, oh, ow. And then I've got to think, like, what happens if you do die? Where do you spawn? Do you spawn all the way back at the beginning, and you've got to run through all the rooms again, which would be a total pain in the backside? Or do I, do you spawn back at the door that you came through? And what's the best mechanic for doing that? So that's kind of where I am with it all. Again, it isn't a race, but then again it is, because I'd like to finish it. What I have promised is I have promised people this little schematic, just one of these squares, or I might do this whole patch, or at least 4 of them, so you can help me. You can submit your own. I might do this this quad here, so a 3x3x3. So you've got all the edges, and you've got a central place as well, so you can have a go at producing all the edges and stuff like that. So that's that one. That's my sketchbook for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. Any advice, it's always welcome. It is always welcome. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me if I've got it wrong, because I often have. Let's be fair. I often have. And tell me your ideas, because some of the ideas from the community are often the best. Until next time, thanks for listening. Ta-ra now. Bye.